Dear students and working accountants, welcome to my Smart Tally Play YouTube channel. My name is Babu Rao from Hyderabad. Today, in our video, we are going to discuss about the last accounting voucher, journal voucher. So before that, the last voucher, we discussed about credit note and how to record the sales entry, sales return entries in the credit note voucher. Okay, and now we are going to learn what is the credit note, journal voucher, and how the transactions are recorded and what are the transactions and to be recorded in this journal and how to record the transactions. Okay, now in the previous classes, in the previous videos, when we are recording all the contract, accounting vouchers, in the first three, that is what you call, so we'll take it later. First of all, when you are discussing about the manual accounting in the beginning, so we learned that a book called journal, all the transactions in the business will be recorded in a book called journal. In the journal, all the transactions are recorded, and in big companies, in some cases, so the transactions will be divided, and the transactions will be divided as per their nature, depending on the nature of the transactions. For each nature of transactions, a separate book is maintained. They are called subsidiary books. In such case, recording in the journal, it will be a book in the form of a book. All the transactions recorded in that. Otherwise, the transactions are divided and maintained in separate books. They are called subsidiary books. So one book, if you record it in all the transactions in one book, it is called journal. If you divide the transactions and we keep multiple books, they are called subsidiary books. In that case, in the subsidiary books also, one book will be maintained called journal proper, because all the transactions which cannot be recorded in subsidiary books will be recorded in the journal voucher. Similarly, in the place of journal, in the computer accounting, in Tally, eight primary accounting vouchers, 8 accounting vouchers are maintained in Tally Prime in the place of journal. So there are 8 vouchers. They are first receipt voucher, F6, payment voucher, F5, contra voucher, F4, purchase voucher, F9, sales voucher, F8. Then debit, this is a combination of 2 keys. Debit note voucher or purchase returns voucher, Alt F5. Credit note voucher or sales returns voucher. Credit note voucher regarding sales returns, it is called Alt F6, and the last 8th one is journal voucher. The journal voucher, it is the key is F7. So these all 8 are recorded, and we have already learned about the previous 10 receipts, payments, contra, purchase, sales, debit note, credit note. All 7 we completed. Now the 8th one we are going to learn or discuss about the journal voucher. Okay, and you may get some confusion. In the case of primary, manual accounting, we used to maintain journal. If one book is maintained, all the transactions are recorded in one book, journal. And if what you call subsidiary books are maintained, so the one journal proper will be maintained. So you have to get clarification here. I will clarify. The journal book, in which all the transactions are recorded in manual accounting, or one of the subsidiary books called journal proper is in that case is the same as the journal voucher maintained in the computer accounts, that is in the Tally Prime. Okay, so in this case, how you will take it, this one? This will be recorded as this will be similar to the same as the journal. It means in the journal, in manual accounting, we record with debit and credit. We record with debit and credit formula. Debit and credit, that is double entry mode, we record as debit and credit. So the same thing in this journal also, both are same. So in the computers accounting in Tally Prime, the journal voucher also we record in the form in the double entry mode. Should get debit, recording debit and credit. Okay. So in this case, in the previous case, here, and in this case, what you call same to the manual accounting. In the journal voucher, what are the transactions going to be recorded? So in this case, I will show you the screenshot. I will share the screen. In the screen, see here. Sorry. The screen, see here, what is general voucher and how to record the transaction general voucher. So transactions that I will tell you. With the transactions to be recorded is journal voucher. The transactions are opening entries, note on this, opening entries, rectifying entries, closing entries, transfer entries, adjustment entries, purchase or sale of anything other than goods. There we call it as assets. Purchase or sale of assets on credit, purchase or sale on credit, remember. Then entries relating to dishonor or bouncing, dishonor of checks. That is, checks are returned without payment. That's called dishonor. Checks, entries relating to dishonor of checks. Entries for withdrawal of goods or any other asset. Goods are other assets, some old furniture or something other like that. So goods or other assets by owner for personal use. Owner means single owner or partners. There are more than one in the case of partnership. Owner or owners for their personal use. So if they withdraw cash, so it will come in different ways. It will come in the payment voucher. So if it is in the form of goods or any other asset withdrawn by the owner for personal use, that is recorded here. And next one, depreciation. Depreciation means when you are using the assets in the business. So every year, because of that usage, when you are using the assets, definitely the value will go down. At the end of the year, we will take the value. So at the beginning of the year, what is the value? At the end of the year, what is the value? What is the amount reduced? That is called depreciation. In some cases, asset value will increase. For example, in the case of land, the value will increase. So in the case of increase of the value, the increased value amount or increment is called appreciation. So depreciation or appreciation on asset, I will tell you, depreciation or appreciation, it is called. Depreciation or appreciation. And last one is interest on capital. Sometimes what the owners will do for investing the money in the business, they will take interest on that capital. They will share the profit. In the case of single owner, they will take the profit. In the case of partners, they will divide the profit among themselves. Still, for the interest, for the capital, they will charge some interest. That is also happening. That is why that interest on capital. So everything will be recorded in this. You remember this. Interest on capital means interest will not be paid to the owners like others. It will not be paid. It will be debit created to their account, to their capital account. They will add it to the capital account. So this is also recorded in the journal voucher. So on the whole, it means all the transactions which cannot be recorded and which are not recorded in any of the previous 7 vouchers: receipt, payment, contra, purchase, sale, debit note, credit note. So in all these 7, the transactions which cannot be recorded, they are recorded in the journal voucher. That is called simply journal also. The journal voucher, it is called journal voucher or journal. Okay. And this journal voucher is the same or similar to the journal maintained under manual accounts. That's why, see, in the case of the journal there in the manual accounting, the journal, it is recorded in the form of debit and credit. Means it takes debit and credit in the double entry mode. It means it is it records transactions like what you call like as voucher mode. As voucher mode, we know that. Similarly, in the what you call the transactions are recorded in this accounting vouchers, the first three accounting vouchers, that's called receipt voucher, payment voucher, and contra voucher. In these vouchers also, they record in the form of the what you call as voucher mode. As voucher mode, they record. That means they record in the form of debit and credit. We already learned it. That is called single double entry mode. It is also called. So double entry mode. So this journal also is used same as receipt, payment, and contra voucher. So like debit and voucher, that means this is used in the form of only voucher mode. The third one, in item invoice, accounting invoice, and voucher as voucher. So this is also used as voucher mode. In this case of, but there is one difference. It is used in the same as the receipts, payments, and contra voucher. The vouchers, this is also recorded here also. But there is one difference. In the case of receipts and payment vouchers, it involves either cash or bank. In those cases, we will receive either cash or through bank. We will pay either cash or through bank. Okay, so receipt or payment vouchers, they are used, only cash or bank will involve in these two cases. But in the case of contra voucher, both cash and bank will involve. So cash to bank to cash, bank to bank, cash to cash. So both will involve in these cases. In this case, this is the only difference. But in the case of journal voucher, no cash or bank is used. No cash or bank is used because cash or bank is used in the case in receipt, payment, and contra vouchers only. So in the case of journal, cash or bank is not used. It will not involve in this one. Okay, so this is about the voucher, journal voucher. Now in this case, in the journal voucher, we will take up some, what you call primary or simple entries in this. We will learn how to record only some simple entries because later in the advanced stage again, I told you debit note, credit note, we will discuss again along with GST, we will learn again. Similar, that is advanced portion. That is some advanced thing. So in a advanced features and advanced stage, we will learn this again with many entries. All the entries will not be learned now. We will take up only simple, just to understand about the journal. We will take up few simple entries. Okay, how to record the entries. So we will go to some problem in the sense, some transactions. We will take up some transactions. See here, we will take up some transactions. Okay, so we'll go to tally prime. So actually, when you are going to record transactions tally prime, what we have to do? First of all, in any voucher, first of all, we have to go to tally prime. We have to go to tally prime. Wait, it's opening. We have to go to tally prime, and we have to open the. When you open the tally prime, it will open in the select company page, displaying all the companies which we have created. So it will open. So we'll go to education mode. If it is license, directly it will go. So what will go? It will happen. We'll go to select company page. In this, which company you want to make entries now, we will select that company. Okay. Otherwise, suppose if you are making entries or working in a particular company directly, so we can make the setting to load that particular company directly. Here we are entering this select company page. So you see here, select company page. 1 minute, I will tell you. I will take up this. 1 minute. So here, directly. So when you select this company and we click enter, then that company will be loaded in the tally of prime. Gateway of tally. So now the gateway of tally is loaded, and in that the company which you select is loaded. So if you make the setting to load the default company, we already learned when we learned about the creation of ledgers or creation of company. At the time of creation of companies, after that, we learned how to make the settings to load the default company, by default to load a company, or by default directly load the select company page to select any company. So if you make that adjustment, I mean the setting, so directly when you open the Tally Prime, directly gateway of Tally will open with a particular company loaded. But now here we are selecting from the list, that is select company page you are going. From there we are selecting the, always this is better. So whichever company we want to select, we can select. So I selected. Our company is Sri Venkatesh Electronics. Our business is electronics business. We did Sony TV, all this we learned now. So we have to enter the gateway of Tally. From the gateway of Tally, what we have to do now? We have to make the entries. That is vouchers we have to create. Vouchers we have to create. So the key is, the letter is V, or click the word under the transactions. Under the transaction, first this is under masters and this is under transactions. What you do? These vouchers you can click with mouse or you can click V. Okay, so I will do this. So now the voucher is opened. See, accounting voucher creation page. This is voucher creation. That is accounting voucher creation page opened. Always by default, payment voucher will open. Payment voucher will open by default. Payment voucher will open. Now, what we are going to do? We are going to record in journal voucher. We are going to record in journal voucher. So next we have to go to the journal voucher F7. We learned already. F7 is the journal voucher key. So F7 you can click F7 in the keyboard, or on the right button bar there is F7 journal, that also you can click. So if you click that, so now see journal opened. So we are ready with journal. And in this case, I told you already, in the case of what you call receipt voucher, in the case of payment voucher, okay, in these cases, what we are doing, and on the purchases and all these things, we are going to H, that is Control H on the right button bar, change mode. In the case of receipt payment, what we are doing, we are taking as voucher mode, as voucher. In the case of that what you call contra also, it is also voucher. In the case also contra as voucher. So in the case of 3 accounting vouchers, we are selecting change mode. In the change mode, we are selecting as voucher mode. In the case of purchase, sales, debit note, credit note, what we are doing in the change mode button, Control H, we are selecting item invoice. We are selecting item invoice. But in this case, journal, automatically it will be like journal in the what you call in the manual accounting. It is like journal. Always it will be, there is no other mode. There is no other mode for this. So in the case of receipts and payments, there are other modes also. You can use the other modes also. But usually the debit and credit, that is double entry mode. There is single entry mode also, that we will learn later. But in the case of journal, there is no mode, only one mode, like voucher mode with debit and credit. So that is why you see on the right button bar, Control H change mode, it is disabled. So we don't have any option to select another mode, only one mode. So that we don't do select anything. So now this journal, in this journal, we have to make entries. Okay, so we'll take up the problem. This is like journal entries. In the beginning, in the fundamentals of accounting, we learned about golden rules of accounting, how to do result there. We learned debit, which account is to be debited and which account is to be debited as per the golden rules of accounting. The same thing we have to apply here. The same rules and everything we have to follow here. Okay, so now we will take up the problem. You see here. Purchased, see in this case, I am giving the transactions relating to the journal voucher. But later we will take up problems. All the transactions will be mixed up. We have to find out, we have to analyze, and we have to select which voucher we have to enter. Okay, now let's see. Purchased furniture from Raman Furnitures. Purchased furniture from Raman Furnitures on credit for 20,000 as per bill number or invoice number, both are same. As per bill number, actual name is invoice. But simply in our ordinary language, just we call them as bill. Bill number 111 dated 1522. If date is not given, this is the date only. we take. If they give the date, we will take the date. So this is the transaction. Here, where it is to be recorded? Purchased furniture. Purchased furniture means, can we record in purchase voucher? Because purchase voucher is meant only for goods. Goods means the articles or items purchased, anything purchased for resale, so that to get profit. So for resale, if you purchase, it is called goods. If you purchase goods for not for resale, but for use in the business, it is called an asset. So here we are purchasing furniture. Our business is not furniture business. If it is furniture business, they will be as goods. Here, purchase furniture from Raman Furnitures means it is the asset purchased. Furniture asset is purchased for 20,000 rupees on credit. So it is. So we cannot record in the purchase voucher. We cannot record in the payment voucher. When we purchase, if we pay the money, if we pay the money for that is cash purchase, then if you pay the money, we can enter in the payment account, payment voucher in the case of asset. In the case of goods, cash or credit, everything in the purchase voucher only. Here, we are not paying any cash. It is paid purchased on credit. That is why we have to record in the journal voucher. We cannot record in purchase, or we cannot record purchase voucher, or you cannot record in payment voucher. You're not paying cash, not purchasing goods, not paying cash. So this is to be recorded in the journal voucher. So here we have to go back to the golden era, golden rules. We have to go. So in this case, we have to decide what are the accounts involved here: furniture and Raman. Furniture, Raman. These two, furniture account and Raman furniture account. So in this case, furniture is an asset. The furniture we are getting the furniture. That is why debit what comes in. So debit furniture account, debit furniture account, and we are purchasing from Raman furniture. So this is a personal account. Golden rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver. Raman furniture is giving to us, so it is to be credited. So furniture account is to be debited. Raman furniture account is to be credited. Okay, so now we will go to tally. Here, first of all, we have to change the date. What is the date here? 1/5/22. So first, when we are making the entry, first we selected the voucher. We are ready with the voucher. Now we are starting recording. When we are recording, the first record is the first field will be the date. That is 1st May 1. So you do one thing here. You can select F2. You can take 1/5. So you can type this date. Sometimes, generally, always the cursor will be in the date field only. All the cursor will be in the date field only. That is why we need not press F2 and put the date. Simply, the cursor will be there. There is a just you can simply, we can type 1st May. See here, 1st May. Sorry. So 1st May, we can type, so it is selected already, 1st May, it's over. And then we will come to the particulars. So in the particular box, in the particulars, we will enter both debit and credit. You see, double entry mode, in the below the particulars column, particulars, we will enter the both debit and credit. In the single entry mode, that will land. Only one account will be entered in the below the particulars column, and one account will be entered. Both you have to record. But one will be recorded here, one will be recorded outside the box. That is before the box, upper side of the box. We will record one account and one account below the particulars column. In both the places, we never mention debit or credit. That is we have to learn. That is the single entry mode. That we will learn later. This is double entry mode. Now, in the double entry mode in the journal, just like the manual accounting journal, it will be debit and credit only, starting with debit and ending with credit, debit, credit. But in the case of purchase, receipt voucher, payment voucher, receipt and payment voucher, they always, what is it? In the contra voucher. So sometimes one voucher will start with credit, one voucher will start with debit, depending on the nature. So purchase, receipt, where receiving means from where you are receiving or why you are receiving, person or any other income. So that will be we start with that. So that means receiving from person or income is credit. So receipt voucher starts with credit only. Payment voucher, we are paying to anyone, paying to anybody or towards any expense. So paying to that person. So he is receiving. So his account will be debited. So Payment voucher always starts with debit. But contra voucher, depending on the transaction, paying to bank, receiving from bank, so which is to be debited. One cash account, bank account, one is to be debited, one is to be credited. That will depend on the transaction in this case. Okay, like that. Similarly, here in the journal, it will be recorded like the manual journal. Always only debit is start. It starts with debit, debit, then credit, debit, then credit. Okay. By default, in the tally prime, by default, and here also, in the tally, here there will be no debit or credit. There will be to buy. Instead of debit, there will be buy. Instead of credit, there will be to. We learned that how to change the to buy. Why to use debit, credit, DRCR instead of buy and to. That simply we can go to here. It is in this column. Now, if you press F12, use DRCR instead of to buy during voucher entry. It is enabled as yes. That is why it is always showing debit. If it is no already, if it is no, in such case, it will show to buy only. But even if you know, there will be a little what you call confusion if you use to buy. That is why we use debit, credit. Okay. So it is starting with debit. Now, see here, furniture account is to be debited. If you type, see here, furniture is already there. So if it is not there, what we have to do? We have to create Alt F. Alt F, you have to write furniture account under fixed assets. Furniture is asset. Furniture account under fixed asset. If it is goods, purchase account under purchase account. See here, furniture account under fixed assets we will create. But if it is not available, if you create now, it will show name already exists. Select another name. So it is already existing. So here, if you type F, you will see furniture account. So furniture account, what is the amount? 20,000. So 20,000 is the amount. Furniture account debit, automatically goes to credit. Raman is showing Raman because in the Telugu video already we did it. That's why it is showing that. Next credit one is Raman Furniture. It's a giver. So we have to credit Raman Furniture. So if you do Raman, if you select, it will show Raman Furniture. Raman Enterprise is there. Raman Furniture, you have to select correctly. Raman Furnitures. In this case also, if that name is not available, in such case also, we have to create Alt C. We have to create Alt C. We can do, or we can see list of ledger accounts, that every window coming on the right side, list of ledger accounts, list of groups and everything. In the list ledger, in the list window on the top, we can see create. We can see create. So if you click that also, double click, you will get the creation, ledger creation secondary. During the voucher entry, that is why secondary. So like this, we can click Alt C, or we can click, sorry. In the group of ledger window on the top, create. So that also we can create. So now we have that Raman Furniture is there. That is why Raman Furniture debit credit. Here we can write being furniture purchased, purchased on credit. If it is debit, it is cash purchase, then we pay the money. That is why we cannot record here. We cannot record in purchase. We will record only in the payment voucher because we are paying cash. In the payment section, we will pay furniture purchased. Okay. So this is over. This is the first one. This is one type. So next another type we will take up. We will take up another type. Next one, 2nd May. 2nd May. So next date is 2nd May. Here the cursor is there already. So we can just simply type 25. We can type, or we can select F. You can select F2. So here you can type, or simply if the date is the next day, just simply F2 if you press, automatically it goes to the next day. So 2nd. So cursor is there. There you can type or select one. If it is a different date, then even in the same on that field, that is date field, or in the F2, we have to type the date. If it is different, if it is next day, simply click F2, automatically it will go to the next day. Over. Next, now, transaction. Check received from Ram Traders towards commission on 2422 for 5,000 rupees by HDFC Bank check number and deposited in State Bank of India. So on 2nd April, so go to the one, see, 2nd April, we received a check from Ram Traders towards commission. This is, we received commission by check. That means where it will be entered first. When you received, it was entered that time on 2nd April. It was entered in receipt voucher. Then commission was received then. So we'll go to the receipt voucher. See receipt voucher. Contra. Yeah. In the receipt voucher, you see 2nd April, as we arranged a person to buy goods from Ram Traders, we received HDFC Bank check so and so for 5,000 rupees as commission. From Ram Traders, we received commission for 5,000 rupees by HDFC Bank check as commission, and it was definitely it will be deposited our bank, State Bank of India. So we received that. Now what happened? Now that check which was deposited in State Bank of India that time, it is returned by bank as dishonored or bounced. That is, the check, the payment is not received by the bank. It is bounced, returned by the other bank. That is, from HDFC Bank, it is returned back. Our bank will send to that bank for money. That bank will pay the money. But here, that bank returned the check without payment. That is called bounced or dishonored. Then what to do now? So we received commission, okay. Commission is income, okay. That will not remove that income. But the check received from Ram Traders for the commission. So Ram Traders gave the check. Okay, that's why we will give the check to him, give back the check to them, and we will take the money again. If they have the cash or they may give another check, whatever it may be, we have to go to the Ram Traders, we will get the money. That means now check, since the check is dishonored, amount is not received, so Ram Traders will have to pay to us again. That is why now you will become a debtor. When you received commission, we are not concerned with his name. Received commission, that is income, commission, and through check, I mean, in the State Bank of India, we deposited. So our bank and commission only we record that time. Personal account is not required. But here, since the check is dishonored, he has to pay to us. That's why his account is to be taken. So he will become a debtor to us. Who? This, not Raman. This Ram Traders will become a debtor. Ram Traders will become a debtor. So his account is to be debited. Isn't it? He's a debtor now. His account is to be debited, and then the check was deposited in State Bank of India. That means we deposited the check in State Bank of India means we just simply it is like we deposited money in the bank. So we deposited check in the bank means it will take money from that. That is, money is received by the bank, not by us. If we receive cash, we will receive cash. If we receive check, it is deposited in bank. Bank will receive the money. So bank will receive the money. That's why that time commission account is created and State Bank account is debited that time because it will receive the money. Now it is not receiving the money. So when which is already debited in State Bank of India, it is not receiving the money. So it is to be credited. It is to be cancelled. Means it is to be credited. So State Bank of India account is to be credited now. So Ram Traders account is to be debited and State Bank of India account will be debited. Okay, understand? Now we'll go to the this one in the journal. What is the date now? We received the check on 24. Don't bother. That time we made entry. Okay, that time we made entry. Okay, don't bother about this. To know which check, that's why the date is given. Today, the check is bounced and returned when 2nd May. So we will go to this one. We will write. If now, previously we did 2nd April. Now 2nd May, not the next day. That's why you have to go to F2 and 2nd May we have to type. Or simply we can go to that column. It was, for example, 2nd April was there. So now we will go to that one. 2nd May we can type. So in the same column date field, we can type the date, or F2 we can type the date. So on 2nd May, we typed the date you have taken, and who is to be, what is to be debited? Ram Traders account will be debited. So here, Ram Traders account will be debited. Here, Ram Traders account is there because the Telugu video, I created that. But generally, this account will not be there because when you received the commission, right? Commission account will be created and bank account will be debited. So the personal account is immaterial. We are not recording the personal account. That is why that name will not be there. But now it is, since the bank check is dishonored, we will give the check back to the company, that is Ram Traders. Then you will take the money again. Till then, till he pays the money back again, you will be a debtor. That is why now we have to create this. You have to create Ram Traders under sundry debtors. Ram Traders under sundry debtors. Now we cannot create. Already I created. So if it is not there, we have to create. Otherwise, we have to select the Ram Traders. What is the amount of check? What is the amount? Check 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees is the amount dishonored. Ram debited, and now the check is with the bank. It has not received the money, so bank is to be credited. Now State Bank of India is to be credited 5,000 rupees. Okay. When you enter bank account in any entry, then it will ask you the details of the payments, that is check details, bank details, it will ask you. That's why when you enter that, now State Bank of India 5,000, now it will ask you the details, bank allocation. It will ask you bank allocation for the State Bank. Bank allocation for State Bank, Canara Bank, whatever bank it is there, it will ask the bank allocation page. Okay, now here we have to see the method of payment, transaction type. Is it check or any other thing? It is check only. So we have to take check, or if you take press space bar, it will, all the details, transaction types will enter, will show, and if you click show more, all the options will be shown. So whatever option was there, we have to take how you paid the money that time, or what is the transaction happened that time. That is why we'll get, but now it is only check. So we'll we'll select check only. We will select the check, and the check number is, instrument number means check number 252525, 252525. Sorry, not here. Here, instrument number 252525. Okay, and the bill date is check date, not today's check. The check is, today is dishonored. When the check was issued, it was issued on 2/4. So here enter 2/4, 2nd April. That is the date of the check. Okay. See here, we are entering here our bank account. That's why it's not asking a bank name. When you are depositing, we are depositing check of another bank. That's why it lost the another bank check, another bank name it will ask you. Here it is our bank, you entered here. It is our bank, so it is not asking the details. Here, what you call here, check amount bounce. Being check, or you can write it as being commission check bounced or dishonored. Bounced or dishonored. That's all. We can enter. Understand now? Right. This is over. Next. So this is debit and this is credit. Debit and credit. And then next one, 31st May. 31st May. So the date is, we have to go to now, 31st May is away. That's why you have to select 31/5. We can type. Or you can go there directly. The cursor is on the date field. There itself 31/5 you can type. 31/5 you can type. Here, what is the transaction? Old furniture is sold to Radhakrishna for 2,000 rupees on credit. So some old furniture was there. Now we purchased a new furniture. That time in April, we purchased new furniture from Ram, not April. Here, see on 1st May, purchased furniture from Ram Furniture. We already purchased new furniture for 20,000. We purchased. That's why some old furniture is not useful. So that old furniture is sold by us. That is sold to Radhakrishna on credit. So if it is sold for cash, we receive money. So if it is sold the furniture, old furniture on cash, we have to record in the receipt voucher, receiving cash. But here we are not receiving cash and we are not selling goods. So it cannot be recorded in sales book. It cannot be sales voucher. It cannot be entered. And cash book, receipt voucher, we cannot enter. That's why it is to be entered in the, except those two. Any others also is not applicable at all. That is why we have to enter in the journal voucher. So here, what to do here? Furniture we are selling to Radhakrishna. So here, According to golden rules, furniture is the asset. Furniture, what is happening? Furniture is going out. We have to credit furniture. Furniture is going out. We have to credit. And we are selling to Radhakrishna. Radhakrishna is the receiver, is receiving. So that's why Radhakrishna account is to be debited. So debit Radhakrishna, credit furniture. When you purchased, furniture is debited, Raman furniture is credited. Now here furniture is sold, Radhakrishna is debited, furniture is credited. So here Radhakrishna, any account is not available, just click Alt C, create the account. Then it will show you there ledger creation on the top, it will show left corner top, ledger creation, secondary it will show. Because if we are during the voucher entry, we are recording like this. Now here we are entering the transaction in the voucher. So it is called accounting voucher creation. So how much we sold for? 2000 rupees. Then two. So furniture means yesterday I did already. That's why it is by default it is showing. So we sold furniture. That is here we don't record new furniture or old furniture. Only one account we maintain. When you purchase, that is debited. When you sell, it is debited. To know the difference, it is given as old furniture. Our business is not furniture business. That's why you sold. Old furniture was sold means the furniture which is used in the business is sold. That is the meaning. That is why it is given as old furniture. But we won't record it as old furniture, new furniture like that. So in the furniture account, we record 2000. Here we can write old for being old furniture sold on credit. Sold on name is not sold on credit for to Radhakrishna. The name is not required because the name is already given in the journal, in the entry. So now click, so it is accepted. Right? Okay. So this is over. So these two, all the three completed. Next, fourth one. On 1st June, on the loan of 50,000 rupees given to Sudhir. We gave 50,000 rupees loan to Sudhir sometime back. We have given loan to him. On that loan, interest 1,000 rupees is due or receivable from him. Why not received interest? If you receive interest, it is a receipt. So in the receipt voucher, we write it as received furniture. Received what you call interest. Interest received, commission received, interest paid, commission paid, like that. Record two, both paid and received. It is better. So it is commission interest received. We will write in the receipt voucher, interest received, cash account will be debit, receipt voucher. Cash debit, interest received, credit. So that we do. Sorry. It will start with credit means interest received will be credited and cash account will be debited if it is received in cash. But here we have not received. So there is no receipt. So we cannot enter in the receipt voucher. It is not sale or purchase or anything. That's why you cannot enter this anywhere. So we have to record this in journal voucher only. In this journal voucher, this is somewhat advanced. So when we are taking advanced entries regarding this, then we will take up. Simply, I gave it here just to make you understand. Here, commission is not received. Whether it is received or not received, it is income. Interest. Interest, whether received or not received, it is income only. So commission account, interest account is to be credited. Interest received account is to be credited in the journal. Interest account is to be credited. Interest received, credited. And debit, we can do in two ways. Debit, so from whom we have to receive? From Sudhir. From Sudhir we have to receive. So from Sudhir we have to receive. So what we can do is, Sudhir account is a debtor to us. We have to receive from him. That is why Sudhir account is to be debited. So here we'll record later. Just simply I will tell you date is 1st June. So the column, the cursor is there. 1st June, we can write. 1st June, debit this, what you call Sudhir. Sudhir account is to be debited. Actually, Sudhir account will not be debited. Sudhir is not a debtor. Debtor means person who purchases goods from us is called the debtor. Goods are asset. Any asset or goods here. Old furniture is sold to Radhakrishna. Radhakrishna account is debited. So his personal account will be debited. That is called as debtor when any goods or any asset is sold to a person, he is called a debtor. In the other cases, he is not called a debtor. What here is, what is, how he is payable to us? He is, I mean, what you call actually, he is a borrower. We gave loan to him. We gave loan to him. So previously, so that time when you give loan him, we will not, we will create his account. His account will be debited. His account is created, but it is not created as Sudhir account. It is recorded, not created as Sudhir account or debtors, under debtors, not like that. It is created as Sudhir loan account. We gave loan to Sudhir. So it is called as Sudhir loan account under loans and advances asset. I showed you primary groups. I showed you primary groups on the, on the asset side, secondary group, sorry. Primary group is current assets. Primary group is current assets. Under current assets, secondary group, loans and advances asset. So under that, the Sudhir loan account will come. Primary group, current assets. Secondary group, loans and advances asset. Under that, the details of items will be Sudhir loan account. Sudhir loan account, X loan account, Y loan account. All these loan accounts will come under loans and advances asset. There we will write him as Sudhir loan account. Under group, loans and advances asset. So that we have to create. Okay. So we have to debit Sudhir loan account, not Sudhir account. Debit Sudhir loan account and credit interest received. Interest received. So this one we have to do. That one. So in the other way, interest received is also always credited. Whether you receive it or not, that is our income. It is credited. And when you are debiting, now we debited to his loan account. So his loan account balance will be more. But sometimes instead of doing that, we can do interest receivable. And that means interest received, we are crediting, that is our income. And interest receivable means still not received, or it is called as outstanding interest receivable. If it is receivable means interest receivable or accrued interest. It is also called accrued interest. That is interest payable to that date. For example, if the interest is paid every 6 months, if it is paid every 6 months, so on this date, this is the up to June means it is from December to June, it is 6 months, for example. So it is payable, not paid. Okay. So if it is payable for 6 months from April, May, June, for example, 2 months it is for 1,000 rupees. That means it is paid for 2 months, 1,000 rupees is due, but it is not paid. When you will pay? After 6 months only you will pay. Till that time, every month you will add the interest. So this is called interest accrued or interest due. It is accrued. Just in Telugu we say it as cherukunna, kudukunna interest. So interest accrued or interest receivable. That will be an asset to us. We have to receive. Even though it is payable on that date, so till that date it is accrued. After on that due date, he will pay. So that is why it is recorded in a different way. That is why in the advanced chapters, we will learn about this journal again. Okay. So with this, we completed the journal voucher. We completed the journal voucher. With this journal voucher, we completed all the, recording of all the accounting vouchers. So recall the first page, select the correct accounting voucher. In that video, what are the correct accounting vouchers? We have taken the list, all 8 vouchers. 1, receipt voucher, payment voucher, contra voucher, purchase voucher, sales voucher, debit note voucher, credit note voucher, and the last one is journal voucher. Any transaction which cannot be recorded in any of the 7 preceding vouchers, that will be recorded in the journal voucher. It is nothing but the part of journal. So it is just like the journal under the manual accounting system. So okay. So for the benefit, we created the vouchers, but you cannot record any voucher means it will be recorded in this only. So with this it is recorded. And my request for you is, if you want to become simply a data entry operator, okay. If you want to become an expert accountant, then you follow these videos in the same order how I am explaining. Okay, in that case, A, then B, then C. Like that I am uploading. If you learn in the same order, you will learn it very quickly and you will get very expert knowledge. So I want to be all to be experts, to gain expert knowledge and to become expert, full-fledged expert accountants. Okay, right. So this is the thing. With this, we close this recording of all the things. And there is one more thing that we can relate now or after some time you can learn it. That is called compound entry. Compound entries, that which is better to learn afterwards, even after learning about GST and all these things. And after that, in advanced stage, if you learn these compounding entries, it will be very better for us. Just I will think of that. Okay. So with this, I close this session and I wish you all the best. And many people just they are watching the TV, they are not subscribing to this channel, they are not liking the channel, they are not posting any comments. Otherwise, I cannot understand anything about you, the people. Okay, that's why please watch the video till the end and definitely like the video and you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon so that you will get a notification for all the videos and then share this with to others, because if you share with others, they will also learn this tally prime with GST. They will get the knowledge. They will learn all these things without any expense, happily, freely. They will also get a good knowledge. So it is better to share with others also. They will also will be benefited. Okay. Yes. Thank you, and we will see in the next